Hey there, friends. I know there's a lot going on with the end of the school year, graduation, and things like that, but there's also something about to go on in about 2 weeks, which is going to be the full-blown implementation of that stabilizing brace ban by the ATF and Joe Biden. Now, when this was all set in motion, a lot of us had a lot to say about it. We were very vocal, and a lot of videos went out, and a lot of conversation took place. But a lot of that has died down right now because it's almost like we burn it up too early. We burn our fuel up too early. But we've got to push in this final inning. There's House Joint Resolution number 44. This is essentially a bill that will undo all of the unconstitutional things that this ATF stabilizing brace ruling will put in place. Now, a lot of people have been misled or don't understand or think that somehow or another this does not apply to them. Let me explain again real quick, a very fast recap of what your options are going to be if you own an AR pistol with a stabilizing brace on it. While other rules will definitely apply to FFLs, if you're not an FFL and you simply have one of these, you will have to either replace the barrel with a barrel that is 16 inches or longer. You will have to remove the brace so that it cannot be reattached, whatever that means. How do you remove a brace where it can't be reattached unless you destroy the brace? So you're going to be convinced to destroy your own property. You can forfeit your firearm to your local ATF office. You can destroy the firearm. Probably not going to happen. Or you can register for your super free e-form where the ATF is going to give you a tax-free stamp that they would normally charge you $200 for. Consider this a bribe for toting their water for them because that's all you gain from it. You are opting to register in a formal database that you have what you have with the federal government. Yeah, I trust them with that information. And those of you that are thinking, well, let me just, at the last minute, I'm going to go ahead and file for my free tax stamp. There are 13 states that do not allow you to do that. So we have 26% of the country who cannot even take part in this free registration scheme that they have going on. Folks, what can you do? You can contact your congressman at 202-224-3121 and demand that the House and Kevin McCarthy schedule a vote on House Joint Resolution 44. This is the time to make that final push. If we make our concerted effort and our final push right here in the 11th hour, there's a very good chance that we get this. Now, why does it matter? Why does it matter that we even get this thing or get a little bit more light shed on this? Very simple. First of all, it helps us gain a little bit of momentum. We need that momentum. It's going to get the attention of a lot of politicians who know nothing about this. Let's not forget, guys, that most of the people, in fact, a very huge majority, most of the people in Washington, D.C., have no idea what this means. They are just as gullible, naive, and stupid as a lot of the American public, where they think that these things are bad. They listen to the media. Again, all they care about is popularity and getting reelected. So all they're looking at is what's everybody else saying. And if everybody else is saying in the media and everywhere else that, oh, these things were kind of bad, the short barrel rifle, that's got to be really bad, they are naive and stupid enough to believe these things. What you have to do is explain to them that you've had these devices for 14 years and the ATF allowed you to have those things, I should say. And all of a sudden they've decided that you can't have them anymore. Our politicians need to understand that. And they need to understand that from that grassroots level. They need to hear from individual people. It's one thing to have a petition that a gazillion people sign. It's quite the opposite to have people calling in and putting a voice, an inflection of tone to that name and letting these people hear it in your voices and know that these are my constituents. These are the people, whether they like you or not and whether they care about your cause or not, they do care about re-election. And you can very easily explain to them that I am a one-topic person. I'm a one-topic voter. This one topic will help me vote against you and get you out of office. If these people hear that enough, they could give two rips about a stabilizing brace and an AR-15. They care about your vote, not you. They care about your vote. And if you can convince them of that via a phone call, that's a big win. We got 2 weeks to pile on, guys. I'm going to continue this push for the next 2 weeks. You're going to see a lot of this through videos of mine. And I beg you guys to please take part in this. GOA has done a fabulous job of being the tip of the spear on this. In fact, I question any of the other organizations out there. Who else is making this push? I don't hear anybody else making any kind of noise out there besides Gun Owners of America. If you belong to some of these other organizations, make the same push to them. Ask them to get more involved and ask them to get their members to get more involved, and contact the Congressman and Kevin McCarthy and tell them House Joint Resolution 44 is something that needs to be voted on, and it needs to be voted on the right way, or else we have 40 million potential gun owners out there who are going to be facing some felonious things that are going to happen to them. If you're not already one of them, your neighbor, your friend, your family members are quite possibly going to be directly affected by this overreach by the ATF.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. He's so horrible.